Hello guys, welcome to Alasdair Aquatics. I hope you're doing well. Not long now until Christmas, okay? So if I don't make a video or upload a video between now and Christmas, have a great Christmas and a happy new year. In the UK, it's definitely starting to get quite a bit colder and the days are getting pretty short. So I'm really looking forward to spring at this point. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great Christmas. So the topic of today's video, we're going to be rescaping my Fluval Spec tank. Now, for those of you that have seen my past videos, you will know that I was temporarily housing water in there until I was going to rescape the 60 litre. But sadly, he passed away. I've had him for well over a year, and I have noticed over the past few months, and even when he was in the 60 litre planted tank, his behaviour slightly changed. He was starting to sleep a lot more, you know, resting on leaves, resting on the bottom, but he was still eating. His colours were still bright, he still looked great. His behaviour changed. So I did quite a bit of research into it, and it's common with bettas when they reach sort of an older age, they do start to slow down a bit. It was quite hard to see, I mean, especially because I had this fish for quite a long time and he had a great personality. He'd always come to the front of the tank to greet me, and he was always such a funny guy. It was a real shame. I mean, when I went to bed that night, I checked on him. His colours were fine. He'd eaten. He looked absolutely fine. And when I woke up in the morning, he'd sadly died. So I checked the water. The water quality was fine. I mean, all the plants in the tank were growing. The shrimp in the tank were absolutely fine. So I've put that down to old age. Okay, so quite a sad note to start this video off with, but when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Okay, so what I've decided to do is I've taken everything out of that tank and I'm going to rescape it for you guys in a video. I mean, I was never that happy with the Aquascape that I had set up. It was more just a quick temporary thing. So what I've decided to do is make a permanent Aquascape in that Fluval Spec tank. Okay, so it's going to be quite difficult. The tank is quite tall but not very long. Okay, so most tanks are longer than they are tall, whereas this Fluval Spec tank's taller than it is long. Okay, so that's something for me to take on board. I think with the hardscape of the scape, I'm going to go for something that's taller to really make use of that space. But I don't want the tank to be too cluttered because it's quite a small tank. And my plan is to either have this tank set up as a cherry shrimp tank or a betta tank again. Okay, so if you guys have any ideas on what you think I should put in there, let me know in the comments down below. Just a quick reminder to those of you that are watching my videos and are enjoying them, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more videos every week. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so we've got the tank all set up on the stand. This is where I'm going to be aquascaping it. I will be moving the tank after I've completed the aquascape. It's just here for the video. So this is a Fluval Spec, the smaller variety, and I think it's around 11 litres. So quite a nice looking little tank. And here are the plants I'm going to be using. So I picked up some Monte Carlo, which I've just broken into pieces here. I picked up some Sagittaria, and I picked up some Hydrophila Taiwan. So these are the three plants I picked up today. These are all from the Tropical 1-2 grow range. And left over from another scape, I have this piece of Aquascaping stone, which I glued on some Java fern to, and it's growing really well. Also have a bit of leftover moss and a whole bunch of crypts left over from another scape. So I've also got this piece of spider wood, which I'm going to be using for the hardscape, which I think will look really cool. And for the substrate, I have some aquarium soil powder, which is given to me by my girlfriend. She recently did her shrimp tank and had this left over. Okay, so it's going to be really good for the plants as a substrate, but because I'm going to want quite a deep substrate layer, I'm going to add a base layer of just normal aquarium gravel just to make sure it's deep enough for the plant roots. So during this aquascape, I'm going to be constantly using my spray bottle and just spraying down my plants to make sure they stay moist. Okay, so you don't want your plants to dry out during this period, especially if you've taken them out of a tank. Okay, so I've had a slight change of plans. I'm not going to be using this piece of stone. I am, however, going to be taking the Java fern off of this piece of stone and adding it onto this piece of spiderwood. Okay, so when I went to pick this up from the shop, I really underestimated how big it was. I've had to break loads of bits off just to get it in there, and as you can see, there's not going to be much room for anything else in terms of hardscape, but that's okay. So we've had a slight change of plans, but what I'll do now is add the substrate and I'll do a time lapse of that. Okay, now we've got the hardscape and substrate in the tank. As you can see, I added just about a ½ inch layer of gravel and then added the rest of that Tropica aqua soil powder on top. The reason I added the gravel just again is just so the plants have a bit extra space for their roots. So I've got that bit of spiderwood set in the tank. And yeah, I'm really liking how it looks. So what I'll do now is I'll start to add the plants, and you'll see me continuously misting the tank. I'll try and keep the front as clear as possible, and I'll do a time lapse to take you along me planting this tank. So hopefully it goes well. See you in a bit. Okay, so here we go. We've got the tank all planted. Okay, so I tried to think about the positioning of the plants, the crypts I've placed sort of in shadier areas underneath the wood. The Monte Carlo likes light. It's not going to get very tall, so I've placed it towards the front. And at the back, the Sagittaria, I'm going to let it grow up and to the top. So that's a good background plant. And yeah, I'm liking how I've arranged this scape. It means the sort of front part of the tank is open, which means we're going to be able to see whatever we stock in here. I'm thinking either cherry shrimp or a betta. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. So what I do now is I'll fill it up with water and show you what it looks like when it's all set up. Catch up with you in a bit. Okay, so here we go. We've got the tank all filled up. Got the heater plugged in, the filter plugged in, the light turned on, and I filled it up really slowly just by pouring water into this back compartment. I have now added the cycled filter media back into this tank, so hopefully I'll do some water tests and fingers crossed it shouldn't take too long to cycle. So there's quite a bit of purling going on, which again is normal considering we've just taken these immersed plants and placed them submerged underwater. And I'm liking the way it looks. Please excuse the large rock ruining the scape at the moment. It's just there to weigh the wood down for a few days, just so I'm doubly, triply sure that it's all definitely waterlogged. Okay, so the temperature is pretty chilly in there. It's about 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So I added my tap water conditioner and some fertilizer. I've also added in my Tropica CO2 system, just in the back there. It's a bit messy, but I'll sort it out. So yeah, I'm just going to leave the tank now, let it do its thing, and when I know that bogwood is definitely all waterlogged, I'll take that rock off. Okay, so for those of you that want to know how I can tell when the spiderwood's waterlogged, is it'll change colour. Okay, so when you buy it, it's normally this really nice light brown colour, and give it a week depending on its size and it will go even darker. Okay, so if I show you my other tank just here, here's a piece of spider wood with some Romano shrimp on it, but this started off the same colour as the spider wood that's in here. So as you can see, the longer you leave it, the more waterlogged it becomes and the darker it goes. Okay, so in a few days when the wood looks darker, I'll test it by taking off that rock and hopefully it stays in place. Okay, so I really like this scape. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Is there anything you think I should change? Any particular things you like, any particular things you dislike? I'd really love to know, so please let me know your thoughts and ideas down in the comments below. And what do you think I should keep in here? I was thinking about maybe just cherry shrimp, but I'm thinking now maybe a betta or betta, okay, depending on where you're from. It's pronounced differently, I think. Yeah, so what do you guys think? A Siamese fighting fish or cherry shrimp? They're the sort of two ideas I've got at the moment. Or have you got a completely different idea? Please let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll leave you with some nice footage of the tank, and then I'll catch up with you near the end of the video. Okay guys, so we've come to the end of the video. I really do hope you've enjoyed this one. Started off quite a sad note, but I had a lot of fun scaping the tank, and I'm hoping you guys really enjoyed that video as well. Maybe give you some inspiration or just something fun to watch. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and hit that subscribe button for more videos. And I am on Instagram at Alistar_aquatics. So be sure to follow me there as well. Okay, so until next time guys, bye for now.